Okay, students, these types of questions are rewriting subtraction as addition. It's skill code 41101. I'm going to actually skip through this one because this one is just asking for the answer. I think you'll be fine with that. I'm looking for a particular one that asks me to rewrite it and to solve it. So here it is right here. Notice it says 8 minus a minus 1. So I need to rewrite that problem in this box as addition and then do the math. So that type of problem is this first kind, minus a minus. So this is a positive number, so we keep that the same as 14. This subtraction becomes addition. We add the opposite of negative 6 is positive 6. So when I rewrite it, it looks like that. Then the second part is to actually solve it. So I'm going to go back to that, find one of those again since it went away.
Mr. McCarthy, please
So right here it
file
is.
5500. Mr. McCarthy,
We've got 4
6500.
minus a minus 7, so the 4 stays the same. The first minus sign is the actual operation of subtraction. The second one, I do the opposite of whatever that is. So it's subtract negative 7, so I'm going to add positive 7. Remember, we're taking away a negative. So the first part is simply just writing the problem, okay? The second part is now to actually solve it. So I use my adding skills, and I actually add 4 plus 7, which gives me 11 for that type. They would both check out, and I would be right for both of those. Okay? So there'll be several of those different kinds where you'll do those. Let me toggle. Okay, second kind. You have a negative number minusing a positive. So it asks you to rewrite it as addition and then to solve it. So that kind looks like this. Negative 2 minus 3. So to rewrite it, that's a negative number that I start with. Unlike this, that's a positive. I keep it as negative 2. That subtraction becomes addition. And I'm adding the opposite. So the opposite of 3 is negative 3. So now I use my addition rules. You remember that paper we did? I'm adding a negative plus a negative. So the next box will ask me to solve it. So it's negative 2 plus negative 3, which is negative 5. Okay, so on the computer, it would look like this. Negative 8. Remember, that becomes positive addition. I add, and now I only have 1, so the opposite of 1 is negative 1. So that would go in as negative 8 plus negative 1. And now to solve it, I go back to my addition rules. It's a negative plus a negative, which is a negative 9. It's a bigger negative. And they would both check out. Okay? So that's the second kind. A negative minus a positive. And again, I'm looking for the specific kind that have both boxes there. So you can see I have to go through it a few times before I find it. Okay, here we have an example of one. It's a negative number minus a negative number. Okay, you can see the difference here. I have a negative in front. So that problem is like this right here. I have a negative number. So to rewrite it as addition, that's unchanged. This minus sign becomes addition. Then I add the opposite. So the opposite of negative 6 is positive 6. So I would type in negative 1 plus 6 or just negative 1 plus 6. Now to solve it, I use my addition rules. A negative plus a positive, I subtract. 6 minus 1 is 5. That's the larger absolute value, so it's a positive 5. Now let's look at that back again on the computer. I would, right here, negative 1 stays as negative 1. That subtraction sign becomes addition. Add, the opposite of negative 11 is positive 11. So I have negative 1 plus positive 11. So I use my addition rules. A negative plus a positive I subtract. 11 minus 1 is 10, and the positive number is larger, so that's the absolute value. Okay, those are the three types of scenarios you will get here for rewriting subtraction, addition, subtraction as addition. I don't see anywhere it does. Okay.